So you want to buy a home, but you're not sure whether you should buy an older home or you should buy a brand new home. That sounds exciting. Well, here's some pros and cons to both. It used to be that at one point that buying a new house was almost always going to be a little bit more expensive than an older home. But that's not always true when you combine different factors, such as maintenance and energy efficiency and utilities and replacement of such major mechanicals from AC to plumbing, electrical. New construction actually can be less expensive in the long run. So price alone isn't necessarily the only factor. So what are the upsides of buying an older house? Well, maybe more high quality or detailed construction. Now, this isn't to say that new homes can't be well built, but older homes often have an attention to detail that's harder to find in something new. Some of these houses from the 50s and 60s were really solidly built. There's a sense of craftsmanship utilized in some of these older homes that was often a point of pride for the people working on them and living in them. So next, there's bigger yards. Now, in the past, of course, land was cheaper, so many of these older homes are on bigger lots, and the result is they have bigger yards. Now, here's another one, character. Now, you may prefer the character or charm of an older home. And then there's established neighborhoods. So neighborhoods with a lot of new homes don't have as many trees, and they go through growing pains. They look a little different as they age. An established neighborhood may be more beautiful with towering oak trees and mature shrubbery, lots of different things. So, here's one, walkability. In an older neighborhood, you're likely going to find that you have more walkability, and neighborhoods with older houses tend to be closer to city centers, stores, and such, as opposed to the newer houses, which tend to go further out and away from the cities, urban sprawl, whatever you want to call it. Now, what about the downsides of an older home? Well, there's some really downsides that you need to think about. For example, smaller spaces. Older homes often have smaller rooms. They're less likely to have that open concept floor plan that we're all looking for. And many spaces in older homes are going to be smaller. For example, maybe the garages are smaller, one-car garage, or the closets are smaller. And it can be tough to remedy those issues. And as we talked about, there's maintenance. If you want a low-maintenance home, it's pretty unlikely you're going to find that with older construction. For example, you might find that maybe tree roots disrupt your sewer pipes, or you have an issue with your foundation. Then there's updates. So you may need to update an older home in addition to just the regular maintenance. For example, you might have to remodel the kitchen or bathrooms, to get them to look great and updated, or maybe just to make it truly functional. And you may have to upgrade some electrical or plumbing. So there are different things. So what are the pros and cons of new construction? Well, if you go with new construction, some of the benefits include the lack of maintenance. You're likely going to need to worry about things a lot less for the first few years. In fact, modern homes come with a lot of different things that we just don't find in older homes. New construction is probably going to have a lot of built-ins. You automatically have a built-in dishwire, wiring for electronics, even features like wine coolers or some other features for how we live our lives today. And most new construction homes, they even come with a builder's warranty. So for example, you can get that 1, 2, 10 warranty. That's, 1 year for basically everything, 2 years for mechanicals, AC, plumbing, electrical, and 10 years for the structure. Newer homes are definitely going to be more energy efficient, more eco-friendly, and save money on heating and cooling and even water. New homes are going to be built to current code, and when you buy a new home, it feels like it's instantly yours rather than carrying the emotional baggage of who lived there before and a dated home and things like that. Finally, the downsides of new construction include the fact that sometimes these homes lack what you would call charm, warmth, uniqueness. If you buy in a neighborhood with tract homes, every home's going to look fairly similar, so you will have to give it your own personal touches after you move in, whether that be through the yard, interior, whatever that be. And the trees in the yards in these neighborhoods aren't mature, and you might be looking at a lot of maybe dirt and construction depending on where your house is and how long it's going to take them to build out that community. Plus, your commute time may be longer, since newer neighborhoods are often, usually further out from city centers, and new homes usually settle, and you might notice some cracks or something like that. Nothing major, but there's some different things. There's obviously tons of pros and cons for either option. So if you need more info on what questions to ask and issues you may not even consider, I'll be happy to provide you with a free copy of my book, New Home Negotiation Secrets. So, as a former new home sales rep, I'll help you define what you may need or things that you haven't thought about through. I'll actually take you through a step-by-step process on how to buy a home from a new home builder. If you want the book, just give me a call at 941-356-4716. It's free. Or email me at rovnakteam@gmail.com or message me right now. As always, let me know what you like answered. Like my post and my page, and I'll see you on the next one.